Hello friends, welcome to the video lecture series on DC circuits. I am Smita Mohitkar. In this lecture, we will discuss the second fundamental law of circuit, which is Kirchhoff's law. We know there are two fundamental laws of circuit. First is Ohm's law, which we have already discussed in previous lecture. Now let's see Kirchhoff's law. There are two laws introduced by Kirchhoff in 1847. First law is Kirchhoff's current law, that is KCL, and second law is Kirchhoff's voltage law, that is KVL. So let's see what is KCL. This law is based on the conservation of charge, which can be stated as the algebraic sum of the currents entering a node or a closed boundary is 0. That is, sum of In is equals to 0, where In represents the nth current entering a node, capital N is the total number of branches connected to the node. So, in order to use this equation, we can assume entering current I at the node as positive, while the leaving current from the node as negative. Or you can make it vice versa. Let's take an example. Suppose this is a node in a network and say there are 7 branches connected to this node. Therefore, according to KCL, the algebraic sum of these 7 branch currents should be 0. If you see in this figure, the currents I1, I2, I4 and I6 are entering current and I3, I5 and I7 are leaving currents. So let's assume entering current as positive and leaving current as negative. Accordingly, we get I1, I2, I4, I6 as positive and I3, I5, I7 as negative, and their sum is equals to 0. Rearranging the currents in this equation, we get I1, I2, I4 and I6, which is the sum of the entering current, and that is equals to I3, I5 and I7, that is sum of the leaving current. Hence, the alternative form of KCL is the sum of entering current at a node is equals to the sum of the current leaving that node. Now, let us apply KCL to a closed boundary. Let's take an example. You can see various branches and nodes, but here we would like to apply KCL to a closed boundary. So let us randomly draw a closed boundary like this. Now if you can focus on this closed boundary, you will see the currents I7, I8, I4, I6 and I11 are the only currents connected to this boundary. So out of which I7 and I11 are entering currents to this closed boundary, and I4, I6 and I8 are the leaving currents. So we can write the KCL equation for this closed boundary like this. That is I7 plus I11 minus I4 minus I6 minus I8 is equals to 0. Rearranging the equation, we will get I7 plus I11 equals to I4 plus I6 plus I8. Hence, closed boundary in 2D is a closed path and node is a special case of a closed boundary. Since if we shrink this closed boundary, we get a point which is nothing but a node. Let us apply KCL to a node where various current sources are connected. Take an example. Here in this example, I1, I2 and I3 are in parallel connected between the nodes A and B, and this is the other part of the circuit. So let's suppose this network is drawing current IT from these three current sources. On applying KCL, we can write sum of entering currents is equals to the sum of leaving currents at node A. Here IT and I3 are the leaving currents and I1 and I2 are the entering currents. So we get IT leaving from node A is the sum of I1, I2 and minus I3. These all sources can be replaced by a single equivalent current source like this. These two figures are equivalent. A circuit cannot contain two different current sources in series unless I1 is equals to I2. Otherwise, KCL will be violated. Let's discuss Kirchhoff's voltage law, that is KVL. This law is based on the conservation of energy. According to KVL, the algebraic sum of all the voltages around a closed path is 0. That is, sum of Vn is equals to 0. Here, n is the number of voltage in a loop. You can also say that n is the total number of branches in the loop. In this equation, which voltage should be taken as positive and which voltages should be taken as negative? In other words, how to decide the sign of the voltages? As we know, voltage has polarity, plus and minus sign. So, while traveling around a loop, whichever the polarity of the voltage, either positive or negative, is encountered first, we will take the sign of that voltage same as that the polarity. Here, please take a note. In this we have taken sign of the voltage as the sign of the first encountered polarity of that voltage. You can also use the opposite sign convention. That is, we can take the sign of the voltage opposite to the first encountered polarity of that voltage. One more thing is that for the direction of traveling around the loop, there are two possibilities, either clockwise or anti-clockwise. You can take any direction, it will not affect the result. Let's illustrate KVL by taking an example. Let's suppose there is a loop which consists of 5 circuit elements and hence 5 branches. If you see, there are two voltage sources V1 and V4 with the polarity shown like this. There are two resistors R1 and R2. V2 and V3 are the voltages across these two resistors R1 and R2 respectively. One more branch or circuit element is there having voltage V5 across it. Now in summary, what we know in this loop is the voltage across all the circuit elements with their polarity. Now we wish to apply KVL in this loop. So the step number 1 is to draw a loop and choose the direction of traveling. Let's take it clockwise. Step number 2. Let's choose the starting point, which is going to be the end point also. In the figure, let's take it A. Now step number 3. Start traveling from this point A around the loop in clockwise direction and write the voltage across each element encountered during this travel. The first element is voltage source with voltage V1, and we will take this voltage as negative voltage since negative polarity appears first. So V1 with minus sign, that is, we will get minus V1. Now the second circuit element is R1 with voltage V2. In this case, we see the positive polarity first. Hence, we take V2 as positive voltage. Similarly, if you see, the third element is R2 with voltage V3 and sign should be positive again, as we see positive polarity first. Therefore, we take sign of V3 as positive. For the fourth element, we have V4 with negative sign, hence minus V4. And for the last element, we have V5 with negative sign. So we get minus V5. Hence, according to KVL, this sum should be 0. So overall, we will get this equation. Now, rearranging the terms, we get this V2 plus V3 is equals to V1 plus V4 plus V5. If we see the right hand side of this equation, each one of these voltages V1, V4 and V5 are the voltage rise, and on the left hand side of this equation, V2 and V3 are the voltage drops while traveling in clockwise direction. So the alternative form of the KVL is the sum of the voltage rises is equals to the sum of the voltage drops in a closed path. Let us apply KVL to a loop where various voltage sources are connected in series. Take an example. Here voltage sources V1, V2 and V3 are connected in series between the terminals A and B, and this is the other part of the circuit. Let's suppose the voltage between the terminals A and B is VAB with A positive and B negative. Now let's apply KVL in this loop. If we start from here, we get plus V1 plus V2 minus V3 and then minus VAB, and that should be equals to 0. Now rearranging the term, we get voltage between terminals A and B equals to V1 plus V2 minus V3. These all voltage sources can be replaced by a single equivalent voltage source like this. Now here these two figures are equivalent. A circuit cannot contain two voltage sources in parallel unless V1 and V2 are equal. Otherwise, KVL will be violated. Thank you.